What's happening, everyone? Let's talk about the PlayStation State of Play. I didn't get my mind blown by any means, but there's a couple highlights that are definitely worth mentioning. I'm going to quickly touch on everything showcased during the State of Play. We see 15 games, a more in-depth look at Suicide Squad, 3 character reveals for Street Fighter 6, a new MMO for console, and PlayStation's first Day 1 game release for PS Plus. So let's not waste any more time and break this bad boy down. Starting from top to bottom, PlayStation comes right out of the gate with PS VR 2 titles. 5 to be exact. The Foglands, which looks to be a pretty cool setting first-person shooter, which I can only attempt to describe as a demonic future dystopian western.
Out of sight, my man.
Up next, we have Green Hell, an already successful title turned VR. Green Hell is a survival horror game based in the Amazon rainforest, chock full of awesome survival mechanics, so hopefully that all transfers to VR well. Next, we have Synapse, another first-person shooter with a washed-out color style with some cool telekinetic powers to complement your firearm. I do like the use of color with your abilities. It has a nice pop to it. Next up, we have Journey to Foundation. Based on the popular book series, this one could have potential. They won't have to come up with much of a story considering the Foundation
I see what you did there.
is already laid out for them. But will they be able to execute it well and have it hold up for already existing book fans who are looking forward to playing this? And last, we have Before Your Eyes, another already successful game with an overwhelmingly positive ranking on Steam that utilizes your webcam to trace your blinking as a main function of the game. It's nice to get games like this that typically live on Steam forever to find its way over to console. Moving on to the non-VR titles, we have more Destiny 2 Lightfall hype with a new trailer, which was actually pretty cool. I haven't played Destiny 2 in a while personally, but this new main antagonist is looking pretty sick. Now up next we have something special. Not necessarily because of the game itself, but what it brings. Chia is an open-world sandbox inspired by the real islands of New Caledonia, and it definitely gives off bright and cheery vibes all the way through. Now what's so special about this, you ask? This is a Day 1 game release for PlayStation Plus. A first, if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm wrong, please educate me in the comments. But this is an awesome sign for Sony, taking a page out of Xbox Game Pass book, and a very much welcomed one. Keep them Day 1s coming. Next up we have Humanity, a puzzle where you play as a spectral dog, leading an alarming amount of humans to somewhere. It looks pretty cool and seems like it has the potential to really get those neurons firing. Plus, they have a free demo available now, and it will be open until March 6th. Next up is Goodbye Volcano High, a cinematic narrative game about some senior high school creatures and their feelings about their last day of high school youth coming to an end. Next, we have a remaster for Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, a beloved Naruto game from 2008, brought back to life and including some new features like 60 FPS and new playable characters. Now we have ourselves a little Dungeons & Dragons action, with Baldur's Gate 3. I don't often play overhead party controlling turn-based games, but this one's looking good. You can count on some awesome RPG elements from this, and I know it's been a long wait by Divinity and Baldur's Gate fans. Also, if you play on Steam, you can buy it now and get early access. Now for the MMO. I'm gonna be honest, the trailer did not get me excited for this one. And I'm not really sure how I feel about having preset characters for an MMO. When I play an MMO, I definitely like to make my own character and create my own path, so to speak. So I hope they can come out with more compelling gameplay and features because unfortunately, this one didn't stand out. It is, however, exciting to see a new MMO come to console, and with this one, there's an exclusive beta coming to PlayStation. I'll probably still give it a whirl to see how it is. Next, they sprinkled in a taste of Street Fighter 6, revealing 3 new characters, Zangief, Lily, and Cammy. These characters are looking pretty sweet, and the animations are looking even better.
Brace yourself!
Here we go! No more games.
There's not much more to say about this one, other than if you're a fan, you're a fan. And it's probably just a little bit more juice to fill up your hype meter. Next up, we have a most anticipated remake, Resident Evil 4. One Resident Evil game held in the highest regard by fans. You get to relive this story with a total graphic overhaul, and hopefully some improved mechanics to suit today's gaming standards. And last but not least, we got some new gameplay footage and details from the developers at Rocksteady on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm particularly pumped about this game. The Rocksteady Batman games are some of my favorite games of all time, so I'm stoked for a new installment taking place in the same universe. But let's quickly break down a couple highlights about what we saw that I think are worth mentioning. You can really feel how wild this combat's going to be based on this new gameplay mission reveal. Flying all over the place and making some serious moves happen from above. A massive change from the Batman games. so I hope it feels as good as it looks. We can also see, in addition to classic single target takedowns, we may be getting some multi-enemy takedown abilities as well.
Just call me the pinball wizard.
Plus, the devs confirmed that it's encouraged and a main part of combat to utilize your traversal mechanics, which should make it for some very interesting gameplay, especially with each character having their own unique way of getting around. They also announced that there will be a gear score system when it comes to leveling up, and 6 ranged weapon categories to choose from, all with different styles and fully customizable and upgradable. Plus, they showed off some fun cosmetics that can be transmogged over your gear, which is always a treat. And as a bonus, they hinted at more playable characters in the future, so I can't wait to hear more on that. Let me know if there's anything in particular you guys are most excited about from the state of play. Or were you hoping for something else that wasn't mentioned? I know some people were disappointed there were no Silksong announcements. I'd love to hear what you guys think. As always, thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.